Hi, welcome to your restorative class today. For today's class, you need a mat, pillows, blankets, anything that you can get comfortable with. Grab your blocks, your strap as well, and enjoy. We're going to start in a seated position, so get nice and comfortable on your mat. If you would like to, grab a blanket, place it underneath the hips, take a little pressure off the hamstrings, especially if they're feeling tight today. Find nice long posture in the spine. If you feel like at any point you need to change the position, you're more than welcome to. Right now as we are seated, but also as we move throughout today's practice. Restorative is about restoring the body and tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the side of the nervous system that calms us. It's the opposite of the stress side. And it also helps regulate our hormones, reduces our heart rate and blood pressure, keeps us functioning nice and active. We need both sides to this stress up and down levels, right? The parasympathetic and the sympathetic systems. If we don't have both sides, then we don't have balance. Though we tend to live in our stress side, we need this calming side to help us out. Today we'll start with Durga breath, a 3-chamber breath. This is where we feel the top near our clavicle and throat, our chest, and our belly. When we start, we'll start by filling the belly, filling the chest, and filling the throat. As we exhale, throat, chest, belly. In between the 2 rounds of inhale to exhale, we have a controlled pause. It's not holding our breath or constricting. It's just taking a moment to control the inhale and control the exhale. We'll start all together. If it helps, you can place one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Inhale, filling the belly, the chest, bottom of the throat. Exhale, control, throat to chest to belly. Pause, control, inhale, belly, chest to throat. Pause, exhale, throat, chest to belly. Continue this method for 3 more rounds on your own. The Durga breath is a calming breath. This helps us fill the entire capacity of the lungs, getting more oxygen down to the alveoli at the bottom where the CO2 is exchanged. As you finish your 3rd round of the 3 chambers, you can return back to your normal and natural breath. As we move throughout today's practice, continue to find your natural breath. If you feel like you need to deepen and calm, come into the 3-chamber breath and move the breath all the way down to that belly section. Today's theme is going to be self-care. We're going to take care of ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. As you sit, relax the shoulders down as you lengthen the spine and close the eyes. Do a nice quick self-scan. How are you feeling physically? Start from the head and move down to the neck, the shoulders, the body, all the way to the toes. Notice any area that might be tight or holding on to stress. As we move throughout the poses today, think about breathing and calming those areas. Now do a mental scan. How is the mind today? Is it all over the place, a little monkey mind? Sometimes that's okay. And as we move throughout today's poses, we will hold them longer. Sometimes the mind can get ahead of itself. Don't judge the thoughts that come into your mind. Let them run their course and just observe them. We need both sides. We need the good, the bad. We need the stress and the non-stressed thoughts. But instead of reacting emotionally or mentally to them, just let them run their course and go away. You don't even have to tell them to go away. And if you would like them to, maybe focus on your breath or the feel of the pose even more. On your next breath, set your sankalpa, your intention for class, and quietly say it 3 times in your mind. Gently open the eyes. As we hold the poses today, you might like some background music. So if you would like so, go ahead and pause the video and find some gentle music that you can listen to while you're holding these poses. Good, welcome back. Let's take one nice big cleansing breath together. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale deeply through the mouth. Let go any stress. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Placing hands on the knees, rock side to side, moving the spine nice and gentle. Feel the body. Care for the body throughout today's practice. You can come back to your Sankalpa, the focus point that you set for yourself. Find yourself back at center and make circles, leaning forward and back. Inhale one rotation and exhale the next. Pause and switch directions. And you can close the eyes if you would like and just listen to your body and listen to me as I explain the next poses. And back to center. Loosen the neck just a little. Chin to chest. Release. Close the mouth and look back. Release. Left ear, left shoulder, I'm nearing you. Release. And right ear, right shoulder. And release. Roll the shoulders up, down, and back. One more time. Up, down, and back. And now from back to front. Up, forward, and down. Up, forward, and down. Come back to center. Good. Relax, shrug, and release. One more time. Shrug and release. Bring the hands crisscrossing the wrists in front of the body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, soften the arms halfway down, palms up. Inhale, return back to center. And exhale, bring down in front of the body. Repeating one more round. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale, crisscross one last time. Exhale, return back to center. Bring the arms by the sides. Slide your right hand out as far as it can go, keeping the left hip down on the mat. Reach the left hand up towards the ceiling for a seated side stretch. Add nice big arm rotations, rotating, opening up the shoulder. Really reach back. Think about opening the front side of the shoulder and the chest. Pause and switch directions. One more rotation. And bring the arm down and return back to center. Switching sides, left hand slides out. If you feel like you're sitting on something too tall and can't reach the ground, grab one of your blocks. Slide it out. If you don't have any blocks, books work really well. Reach the right hand up, pressing the right hip down. Nice big arm circles, rotating around. Think long spine. We don't want to lay on our shoulder. We're not putting all of our weight on our left arm. Nice and big. Switch directions with the right arm rotations. And come back to center once again. Inhale, both hands up, reaching high. Exhale, twist down to the right side, a gentle spinal twist. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist the opposite direction. Return back to center, both arms up and bring them down to the side. And we'll come into our first restorative posture. Our first posture is going to be child's pose. And I'll give you some options in case those knees, it's a little uncomfortable, sit in child's pose for a long time. So our child's pose is on our knees. Big toes together. And separate the knees if you would like, or you can keep knees closer together. You have multiple options for this child's pose. If I separate the knees, I can make room. If I have a belly, or if I'm a pregnant mama, I can make some room, or I can stretch the back a little deeper. Go ahead and grab your blanket. You can grab big pillows and bolsters. So if you have more pillows that you want to stack up, you can grab those as well. what you have laying around the house. And if you need to pause the video and grab more, you can do so. I'm going to pull my blanket and bolster all the way up to diminish the amount of space so everything is nice and supported. And I can lay across my pillows, resting my head one ear down. And I can bring my arms back, opening up the back side. I can also reach forward if that's comfortable, placing forearms on the ground. So here's one option for child's pose. If you feel like this might bother the knees, you can turn sideways on your mat. That's often much more comfortable. You can also lay out a blanket underneath the knees for more support. And if you feel like it's the compression sitting back on the knees, slide yourself forward a little bit. Place the blanket underneath those knees so you're not sitting back as much. And we're going to slide ourselves forward up onto the knees, onto the hips more, in more of a baby puppy type of pose. Either one is okay. If you would like to deepen the stretch, and remember this is restorative, so it's not a deep yin class, but it is restorative, so we're going to listen to the body. We can, though, place blocks in front of us, or a blanket or bolster, and bring forehead down to the mat and reach forward. If you need elbow support, bring the blocks in and support the elbows. So find your best child's pose for your body, your position. And we'll talk about what we're doing in these poses as we get in there. If you need to make more room for the belly, slide the blankets up, or you can slide it back. So as we get into our favorite child's pose, that's restorative and relaxing, start to first focus on the breath. Let it help relax you into the posture. Think about the foundation of the pose, making sure it's nice and comfortable. Let the body relax. Start with the hips and the lower back, the belly, the mid-back. Relax the chest, the front of the shoulders, and open up the rhomboid, the chest, the back area, upper back. Relax the neck, the head, and the jaw. Try to shake out any tension you're holding onto the forearms, the hands, or even the feet. Focus back on the breath. We'll hold this posture for another 3 minutes. If at any point you need to come out of the posture, you're more than welcome to, and find one that's more comfortable for you. Listen to your body and relax. As thoughts come into the mind, it's absolutely okay. Just observe them, let them take place, and let them go or stay. If a thought does come into your mind that does not serve you, you can choose to have it go away and come back after your restorative practice. If at any point you drift off or fall asleep, that's absolutely okay. Just think about taking care of your body. Self-care is our focus. One more breath. Slowly start to wake yourself in this posture. We're not in a rush. Slide the hands towards the chest, and using those hands push down into the earth to raise yourself up onto the knees. Slide your blankets and your pillows to the side and swing the legs around. Shake them out, shake the knees, you can move them around if needed. And stretch the body, stretch the chest, push it forward, hands down on the mat, and release. Stretch the legs out in front of you. And we're going to find block, or you can use your blankets or your pillows again. We're going to do a chest opening stretch in our butterfly position. So for the legs, we'll be in butterfly. This isn't a suitable position for you. You can remain legs straight or even teepee the legs, which means feet out, knees together. Placing blocks on each side of the legs, restorative style. In my butterfly, I can turn the blocks at an angle, flush against the legs, and let the knees drop down. For the chest, I can use a nice big blanket and open up the chest, or I can choose to use another block, a book, a pillow, anything else that you have. So lots of options for everyone. Where this block would be placed is on the scapulas, the shoulder blade area. Right now you can see mine's winging out as I move the shoulder back, so that bone back there. So nice tall. Place the block down. Find the scapulas. Think about the bottom of the hip, or excuse me, the ribs, the bottom of the chest on the ribs as well. Find the blocks for butterfly and place them down. Open up the chest. Now if you need more support for the head, you're more than welcome to place a blanket underneath the neck. And you can place the hands out to the side on the belly, whichever's comfortable for you. You can also try overhead. Nice long. Open up those armpits if you need to. That opens up the lymphatic system. That helps with health, illness, any position. And once you get suited and comfortable, take a few deep breaths. Listen to your body again. Are you supported where you need to be? Are the hips and the legs supported? Is the lower back supported? If you feel like the blocks there's too much of a gap, take your blanket. You can go onto the elbows if needed. Sit up. Place the blanket underneath the lower back. And open up the same way. So choose your best positions for you. If you find the blocks are too high for the legs, you're always welcome to remove them or place them at a different angle. Find your best posture for opening up your chest, the front side of the pecs, especially the pec minor. This opens up that heart center. We'll hold for 3 more minutes. Fall into the breath, nice and easy. slowly bring your awareness back from the pillows. If your hands are overhead, slowly move them down by your sides. Float the fingers just a little, get some blood flow back. We're going to safely get ourselves out of this position. We first want to make sure our head's nice and balanced. If you need to, reach a hand up and grab the neck. If it's stretched too far, use the hand to help lift the neck. Place elbows down on both sides of the body and use the elbows to help push you up safely from your position. And sit nice and tall. Stretch the legs out in front of the body once again. Wiggle the feet, wiggle the arms, the hands. You can remove any of the pillows, the blankets, the blocks, the straps. Inhale, both hands up, and exhale, twist to the right side. Open up. And release, coming back. Inhale and twist to the left as we exhale. Return back to center. And bring hands down to the side once again. Find your pillows or a large blanket once again. And I like to use one for my head as well. We're going to be on our sides for the next position on both right and then left. I use a block for my pillow. I use 2 sets of pillows in the front of my body. You can find what you have. If you have a nice long pillow or if blocks work as well, you can use those. So finding my makeshift bolster, my pillows in front of me, I'm going to lay on my side and I'll move them for a moment. Nice and level. What I'm trying to do is keep my spine in line versus twisting part of it or twisting my hips because it can bother my SI joint or it can strain one of the sides of my neck or in between the shoulder blades. I'm going to pull one blanket up to the bottom thigh and the rest up to my chest area. So making a nice big wall of cushion. Stretch your arm along the top and then place your block or pillow underneath your head. Everything's nice and in line. You can test out the height and where you want it. Wrap the top leg bent over the top. You can extend it straight. We're not looking to twist too much, but keep nice and level. You can also tuck it back. If you feel like your ankle needs some support, use one of your blocks. Place it at the very end and place the ankle on so all of the joints are supported for this restorative pose. You can start on either side of the body. If you've ever had some serious heart conditions or pregnancy, we're going to stay on the left side for the pregnancy and the right side for any heart conditions. So go ahead and flip to that right side or left side if needed. For the rest of us, we'll do both sides today. So find your comfortable position, and for the next 3 minutes, we'll close the eyes, fall into the breath, and let this position help restore the spine in this way. Relax the bottom leg, the hip. Relax the ribs and the bottom shoulder down into the earth, and the head and the neck down into the pillow. Continue to keep the shoulders stacked and elbows over the rib cage. The hips are stacked on top of each other still. If you find yourself twisting too far, give yourself a little more support underneath the knees. And everything's supported. And fall into your breath. You have 1 more minute on the side. Slowly start to wake yourself up from the side. Not too much though. We'll switch sides. You can either roll all of your positions over, or you can, keeping the eyes closed, roll to the opposite side. Find your blankets in front of the body once again. Your pillow. Pull the blankets or pillows to the chest, the legs. Wrap the top leg over the top, aligning the spine, the hips, and the shoulders. Keep the neck protected. And fall back into your breath, closing the eyes once again. We'll hold this posture for 3 minutes. Slowly start to wake yourself up once again. Move the toes and the hands and the fingers. Pressing up from the floor using the arms. Come back into a seated position. Legs stretched out in front of you. Sitting nice and tall once again. You can have the blocks and bolsters to your side because we're going to move onto the legs in a moment. So sitting tall once again, we'll do a staff pose with a forward fold. This will give us a little hamstring and back stretch. We don't want to overstretch. We're not warmed up for deep stretches. It's okay to have a nice gentle stretch. If this is not a comfortable position, go ahead and split your legs wider. Find a more open position. You can also place the hips on a blanket. So if the hamstrings and lower back are tight, this will alleviate some of that pressure. So find your best forward fold position. With that, we'll make it restorative. Pull the blankie or the pillow to the belly. You can stack as many as you'd like up there. You can also use blocks if you would like. So to diminish the gaps, the space in the body. Find your full forward fold position. You can use a block on the forehead. You can place the arms up straight. You can bend them down at the sides. Whatever is best for you. We're going to hold this position for 5 minutes. So find your best forward fold position. When you get into the position, if you find yourself tucked underneath, where your lower back and your hips are tucked underneath, place that blanket on top, or realign, sitting up, hinge at the hip, and then forward fold. Lengthen the spine first. Find your best position, most comfortable position, and fall into the pose and breath. Relax the legs down into the earth. At any point your neck, your back, your shoulders are not comfortable, go ahead and adjust the pose to one that is more comfortable. The position of the neck, the shoulders, anything that might work for your body in a better format. Slowly start to bring your awareness back once again. Raise the head nice and slowly. And slide the blocks, pillows, bolsters, everything off the legs. Shake them out, bend them if you need to. And slide the hips more towards the middle of the mat. We're going to roll down onto our mat nice and easy. You can grab onto the knees or use the core and roll all the way down. If there's any blocks or anything in the way, let the head rest. Keep everything nice and handy next to your body. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose or corpse pose and open up the front side of our body. For bridge pose, place the feet down in the mat, knees over the ankles. Shoulders are down, head is down. Lift the hips using the glutes, the hamstrings, and lower back, and slide the block underneath the sacrum, the tailbone area. Place the hips down on the block. You can have the block low, you can raise a little bit higher, or even all the way up as long as it's on those bony centers. So make sure you're nice and safe. If you find a position that you like, it's suited for you, whichever that might be, you can stay there. Or you can try the supported corpse pose, which is legs extended. This will open up the front side of the hip flexors more, but it might add a little bit of undue pressure on the lower back. So make sure the lower back is nice and safe. Whichever pose you find, make sure you're nice and comfortable. One thing people like to do is add a block underneath the head, but we want to be very careful on this because the angle can put a lot of pressure on the cervical spine. So make sure the head is nice and level, or use a lower pillow or a folded blanket for that support on the neck and the head. You can always roll up an extra mat or blanket if you need that neck support, so keep that in mind. The hands can remain nice and easy, palms down or palms up next to the body. You need to adjust the block, bend the legs, give your foot support into the ground, then lift the hips, adjust your block, hips come down, and then come back into your pose versus pressing through the heels and trying to lift the whole body up. Relax down into this reverse corpse or supported bridge pose. Breathing nice and deep, and let the hips get heavy and feel the front side of the body open. If you would like, you can place hands on the hips and use that extra weight to help open up this front side of the body area. You can also bring your arms out to the side, opening up the chest. And if you're at the computer a lot, this might be a great choice to help postural muscles, opening up the front side. Find the breath and relax into the pose once again. Start to bring yourself back once again. Bring the hands down by the hips. Place palms down into the mat. Bend the knees, placing feet underneath the knees. Push down with hands and feet, raising the hips. Slide the block out and set the hips gently onto the mat. You might feel like there's a little gap there for opening. Bring the knees into the chest and hug them nice and tight. You could bring forehead to the knees if you would like. Bring the head down, slide the knees to the hands, and make circles in one direction, massaging the lower back down into the mat. And pause and switch directions. And come back to center once again, placing feet down into the mat. If you have anything to the sides of you, go ahead and scoot it high or low, one position, and we'll come back to it in a moment. We'll do a spinal twist. And you might need a block or perhaps one blanket for that. For the spinal twist, separate the feet to the edges of the mat and start to windshield wiper the legs. So bringing one knee in, the other knee out, internal, external rotation with the hips, opening up side to side. Bring the left knee towards the right foot, right heel towards the mat. So my foot's free. From the other side, you can see what it looks like. Place, if comfortable, the right foot on top of the right knee, opening up the side hip. Just for a moment. You're tight in this region, this TFL, high IT band connection area. Your outer quad and high hip might be a little tight holding on the IT band. You may need to loosen that up with some release work with roller or ball. Gently release the stretch. And once again, come back to windshield wipers. This time, bring the right knee down by the left heel. Pick up the left foot and place it on top of the thigh or knee on the right side. And gently press the knee down towards the mat if comfortable. You might feel your right hip come off the ground, and that's okay. Shoulders are down, nice and comfortable. Open up the right side of the front of the hip. Gently release. Windshield wiper one more time. And extend the left leg out straight. Bring the right knee into the chest. And exhale as we cross it over the body, those shoulders remain flat. Extend the right arm, look towards the right arm, nice and extended. Breathe into our spinal twist. Gently return back to center. Straighten out the right leg and bring the left knee into the chest. Inhale, shoulders down. Exhale, twist to the right. Extend the left arm and gaze towards the left side. If you need a block underneath the knee, you can place it there for support. Gently return back to center. Once again, stretch out both legs, wiggle them. We're going to come into our last pose and we'll sit up for the setup. We're going to make what we call the Cadillac of restorative positions. And it's an inclined, laying down supine position. So we can use something sturdier that has a little bit more support when we come back. So if you have something that has it and you can already have this support, you can use something a little bit bigger. You can also use your stack of pillows and your blankets. If you have some blocks readily handed, you can stack your blocks, giving a little bit more support. In the classroom, we have some very supportive bolsters, but just in case you don't have those at home, you can create some blocks and create a little tier. You can also use your textbooks or any other books or harder surfaces you have around the house, and then place your pillows or your blankets on top. to make a nice inclined position. Slide your hips all the way to the edge so they're nice and supported. You're going to lean back nice and easy on this inclined position. Open up the arms. If you have a gap between your arm and the floor, you can take a pillow and place it underneath the elbow, giving some support on both sides. You can always double up a little pillow. With the legs, you have a choice to keep them bent, butterfly, or you can straighten them out nice and long, whichever suits you best. Lean back, continue to open up the chest, lean the head back. If you find, oh, I'm off my pillows, my head is not supported, you can grab another pillow or blanket, place it underneath the shoulders to the neck, giving yourself a little bit more of that pillow support. So find your nice position for our last restorative posture of the day. Close the eyes, let the body relax and fall into your breath once again. Slowly start to wake the body up. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Move the ankles and the wrists. Bend the knees, placing feet down to the mat and rock the hips side to side once again. And stretch and reach overhead. Exhale. Let go. And using the hands down on the mat, press yourself into a comfortable seated position. Nice and tall. Once again, let's scan the body as we're seated with our eyes closed. Just see how it feels from head to toe. Are you more relaxed? Some of the tension that you possibly may be holding onto with the neck, the shoulders or back, has that gone away? How are you mentally? Any calmer than when you started? As you make well the rest of your day or fall into your sleep tonight, think about your self-care and what that all entails. Exercise, nutrition, but also your mental side, right? The side that has to deal with recovery. Make sure we're always taking care of ourselves in this moment, the mental, the physical, and the emotional. Bring hands together, heart center, palm warming. Massage the eyes, the temples, or forehead. And wash the face, bring the hands down to heart center. Open the eyes and come back to class. We'll close class together. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you feel a little better, more relaxed, and ready for a great night's sleep. Have a good day.